Before I tell you how Alberta Odell Jones died, I need you to understand just how much she lived. Because too often, Black women only become important after something terrible happens to us. And Alberta Odell Jones matters, and she mattered while she was alive. And that part keeps getting skipped. Alberta Odell Jones was born in Kentucky, and she did what this country kept telling Black women we weren't supposed to do. She graduated at the top of her class from the newly integrated University of Louisville. Not barely, not for the time, top of her class. And that matters because that means that she didn't slip through a crack. She earned every door she walked through. And after that, she went to Howard University School of Law. That wasn't accidental. Howard was where Black lawyers were trained to survive systems that didn't want them there. In 1959, Alberta became one of the first Black women admitted to the Kentucky bar. And in 1965, she became Louisville's first woman prosecutor. Not first Black woman, first woman, period. She wasn't waiting for permission, she showed up qualified. Now, Alberta didn't collect credentials to sit quietly. She helped educate and register young Black voters during a time when that work could cost you everything. She handled real cases, challenged real systems, and did it without spectacle. Now, here's something people miss. Alberta Odell Jones negotiated a contract for her neighbor, a young boxer named Cassius Clay. Later, the world would know him as Muhammad Ali. But before the legend, before the myth, he trusted her with his future. That's not trivia, that's respect. And on the night of August 4th, 1965, Alberta received a late-night phone call from her friend. It was late enough that her mother offered to go with her. But Alberta chose to go alone, and she never came home. The next day, her family reported her missing. Later that afternoon, 2 boys spotted something in the Ohio River. It was Alberta Odell Jones. Police later found the car that she'd been driving parked near the river. Inside the car were bloodstains, fingerprints, and pieces of brick. Investigators concluded that Alberta had been struck in the head with a brick, forced from the Sherman-Minton Bridge, and drowned as a result of her injuries. That determination came from the autopsy. Police interviewed hundreds of people. Witnesses reported seeing a woman forced into a car that night. And decades later, a fingerprint found on her car was matched to a man who denied involvement. By then, the evidence had been lost and the witnesses had died. And time had done what violence often relies on. No conviction that held, no resolution that matched the loss. So when we say Alberta Odell Jones's name, I don't want it only said in connection with her death. Say it like this: top graduate, pioneering attorney, Louisville's first woman prosecutor, voter advocate, trusted negotiator, a Black woman doing her work exceptionally well. She didn't become important because she was taken. She was important before that. And the silence afterward doesn't erase what she built. History just hasn't finished telling her story. Say her name: Alberta Odell Jones.